Virginia Trace, where in less than 2 weeks, voters will elect a new governor. Education emerging as one of the pivotal issues, and opponents of critical race theory are launching a new ad blitz against Democrat Terry McAuliffe. Watch this.
Raising children. There's so many roles. Cheerleader, teacher. The most important, protector. But Terry McAuliffe spent years minimizing the role of parents.
I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach.
Let's bring in former Education Secretary and Fox News contributor Bill Bennett. Great to have you today. So education is a major issue in this Virginia race that's taking place in just about a couple of weeks. But that might not just be the case for this year. This seems like, and I'd love your expertise on this, an issue that could carry into next year's midterm elections, Bill.
I think so. Education's a huge issue in Virginia. Glenn Youngkin, the Republican, is talking about it. He's going on offense on it. It's been a long time since we've seen Republicans do that, Dana, as you know. And I think this is a very good thing. He's got a real shot. And I think he's a very good man. But in some ways, this is even bigger. You're right. It's going to carry forward. And let me tell you a couple of ways it's going to carry forward. It's education, but it's bigger than education. It's bigger than Republicans versus Democrats. What we are seeing here is a challenge to the authoritarian state. These are parents in Loudoun County and elsewhere saying, no, you do not have control of our children. We have control of our children. And whether we're talking about education or vaccines, we are seeing what was predicted in books that were written in the 20th century. Dystopian novels, 1984, Brave New World, even something like The Hunger Games. Dystopian means the opposite of utopian, where authoritarian states bear down in a heavy-handed way on the freedom of individuals and citizens. In America, we don't stand for it. What you're seeing is that cry of freedom in Loudoun County on education, but in other contexts as well. You bet this will echo in years going forward.
Bill, good morning to you. I sat and watched the hearing yesterday with Merrick Garland because it was happening during this show, and I was surprised that the United States Attorney General literally came out and said he took this action about the school boards based on two things. One, the letter from the National School Board Association, and two, news reports. Not specific crimes, not data, right? Not evidence. He based it on a letter and news reports. Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, Attorney General should have more to go on when he's going to talk about prosecuting people, possibly, than a letter from the National School Board. By the way, this shows that the National School Board is part of this establishment against which parents are protesting. When I was Secretary of Education, I came up with the term the blob. You guys are too young to remember the movie.
I remember.
Steve McQueen was in it. But, okay.
I remember the blob.
Okay. But the blob, kind of consumes everything. In the education world, National School Board Association is part of the blob. It's in cahoots with the Democrats, big Democrat influence in very close connection with the Biden administration. So I'm not surprised. But I'm very disappointed that the Justice Department would take its direction from the very liberal now National School Board Association. But this is what the fight's about. And we're in a hell of a fight. And I don't know where my old friend, and he was a friend back then when I was confirmed, Joe Biden, became such a toy totalitarian. But we've got some real issues out here about American freedom. That's what's at stake, I think, in Virginia. And will be, I think, next fall as well. You're seeing this all across the country. People are saying, hell no, we won't go. We're not going to get vaccinated. We're not going to put up with critical race theory. You're not going to ask my kid, what gender do you want to be today? No, no ma'am, no sir.
The other thing, Bill, just maybe a quick thought on this.
Yeah.
I don't always love to play the game if Trump had done that. But in yesterday's hearing, when it became clear that the National School Board Association and the White House had been in communication, they knew about the letter. I'm assuming communication means that they were, discussing the possibilities of it. And then it gets sent over to DOJ for this decision to say to the FBI, look into this. To me, that is quite a bit of political interference.
No, it's big-time political interference. But look, the teachers' unions and the professional education organizations have a very large role in the Democrat Party. When that convention comes together, you'll see 20% of the delegates are part of the education establishment.
Indeed.
So they're going to put the thumb on the scale. And if Donald Trump had done it, it would have been Chinese influence or Russian influence.
We might have
or
calls for
some
impeachment.
Pernicious influence.
And we might have calls for impeachment.
Yeah, we would have.
All right, Bill Bennett, always
We're in
great to
serious
have you.
times. These are very interesting
Bill,
times.
They are. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.